Hello, my friends. Good Erev Shabbos. Happy Friday, followed by a beautiful, uplifting, and inspirational Shabbos Kodesh. This week's Parsha, Parshas Beha'aloscha, talks about, the beginning of the Parsha at least, talks about the mitzvah, the commandment in the Torah to light the menorah, the candelabra, inside the Mishkan, inside the tabernacle, the portable temple that traveled with the Jewish people. And then later to light it in the temple itself, in the Beis Hamikdash. That's an interesting question. What was this menorah for? Who needed the light? Did we need a light? People were rarely ever in that room. They were only in the room to bring certain sacrifices that were brought, the showbread, the 12 loaves that were brought into that room, and there was an altar that incense was sacrificed, but that's about it. We didn't need any fancy light. So was it, whose house is it? It's God's house. Does God need a light? Does he need us to light a light for him? Doesn't make a lot of sense. God is the source of all light, as we say. So why are we lighting lights for God? The Talmud gives us a beautiful parable for this. He says it's like there's a blind man who needs help to get home. And another man who can see takes him and says, I'll help you home. Hold my hand, I'll bring you to your house. He gets to the house, and the healthy man who brought the blind man home says, you know the way around your house. Could you go inside and make sure you turn on the lights for me before I come in? And the blind man turns on the lights, and he says, why did you ask me, after taking me all the way home, you asked me to turn the lights on? And the man says to him, I didn't want you to feel indebted to me. I wanted, just like I helped you, I guided you, now you can help me. I didn't want you to feel indebted. And that's what God's doing. He tells us, light the lights in my home. Not that I need the light. I need you to do something for me so you don't feel constantly indebted. All our mitzvahs, all the commandments are like that. It doesn't change who God is or what God is, whether we keep the commandments or not. He will stay the same. But he wants us to feel that we're doing something, and it'll bring us closer to him. I heard another parable by Rabbi David Arlovsky. Modern day parable, great way of looking at things. He says, imagine a kid. I remember doing this myself. You know, you want to do something. You see your father every once in a while will bring flowers for your mother, and then you want to do something nice for your mother too. So you go out in the front yard and you find yourself a dandelion, and you bring it home, say for Shabbos. And of course, any good parent, any good mother is going to gush over this dandelion that you picked out of the grass, and mom's going to take out a styrofoam cup, and she's going to put water in the cup, and she's got to put the dandelion in the flour, and she's going to gush over it, over the fact, not that the dandelion is so pretty, but the fact that you care. She's not gushing just to make you feel good. She's gushing because she understands that this means something to you, that you care enough to want to make your mother happy with that dandelion. And weeks go by, and you do it every single week. Every Friday you come home with the dandelion. And years go by, you get a little older. And one Friday afternoon, the kid's playing with his friends, and all of a sudden he goes, I forgot the flower for my mother. And he rips a dandelion out of the ground, comes stomping in the house. Here, Ma, here's a dandelion. Well, what does mom do at that point? That's okay, dear. I don't need the dandelion. And she throws the dandelion in the garbage. Ouch. The Torah says, or the Talmud says, Rachmana liba boy. God wants our heart. He wants us to care. He wants us to want Him. Every mitzvah, everything we do, every commandment we follow is because it brings us closer to Him. And He wants us to want Him. He wants us to want to be closer. And the mitzvos show that drive to be closer and also creates that drive to be closer. Not because He needs it, because we need it.